about, I'm going to fall back onto where I was talking about the eclectic knowledge base because of the variables that are constantly changing. I always tell people we have the environment, we have the person that is handling the dog, and then we have the dog itself. And what works for one dog might not work for another dog. And we have these tools, methodologies, approaches that might be more effective with this particular animal. Do you believe that that's true? And then that might not work with another.
So again, it's you're leaving the door wide open. So there is nothing that I can say besides, yeah, I agree with you. Simply because I have no idea where you're going with this. However, I will ask you to get specific because there is no question that certain things universally work or do not work. And just as there is no question that some dogs are genetically predispositioned to do A, B, and C, and the other ones may be X, Y, Z. So what are we comparing? What is the end goal and how you go about it? So unless we get specific, we basically I can talk the nice talk. I can agree with you, and eventually we can leave this. I'm not talking you. I'm just. I hope you understand what I mean. But eventually, at the end of the conversation, we can be. I will tell you that you're really good, and I will expect that you will return the favor and tell me that I'm really good, and then some other people that are listening going to say these two guys are really good. What a nonsense! That's a waste of time. That's just conversations. There is no ground for nothing. So what are you really talking about when you say that?
That we need to have. I mean, I guess I'm still leaving it wide open with it. I mean, we need to have a large knowledge base, but knowledge also of when and where to apply the proper action to get the behavior that we want.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
No, it does not. Because again, we should be able to strip down, just kind of peel the onion of the noise, and let's see what are we really talking about. Like something more concrete, something more specific, and then a conversation can happen. Just like the conversation I had with, I don't know when it was the most frustrating conversation that I had with Susan Garrett. That she was trying to show me how she fixed the dog not to chew on a dumbbell, and I'm like, well, how did you do it? And she cannot say how she did it. And she went around and about for probably 35 minutes in that podcast until I finally gave up. And this is what really bothers me in dog training. You can be repeating, you can be doing something very good in that stage, but that's, let's say, stage 3, and you need to get to stage 7 to complete everything. I don't give a shit how good you are in stage 3. How do you move the wheels from there? And then how do you problem solve? And then how are you going to reconcile? And then what really is going to be the end result? And how we compare that end result to something else? It's not easy. That I don't have the answer. That's why I said that it would be so easy if we do it UFC style, to where it's like, okay, yeah, you talk, you're good, let's roll, go. But just see.
Yeah. Well, let the dog be the proof, the pudding in the interaction.
But when you say, well, you work with the dog in front of you, or, well, it depends. Well, it depends on the owner. Like, if there is so many exits in a conversation. I'm not interested in the exits. I'm trying to narrow it down to actually really having the conversation. And that's where I appear very rude.
I don't think it's rude. I think that it's thought-provoking. I think it's challenging, and I like it. Because it makes you strive to do better, to be better, to be
And
better.
everybody, I genuinely believe that the majority of people that are training dogs, that's where they want to be. They want to have good product. They want to be good to dogs. They want to, have families be successful or competitors be successful or whatever. Like, there's no question in my mind. There are some extremely fake influencers that's all they like. It's mind-boggling because just the sheer amount of posts that are made, it tells me where their head is. You cannot possibly train one dog in the quality that probably you can give to that dog simply because you're not training the dog and you're chasing likes and subscribers. And on top, that kind of really just, yes, you become a name, and most people drink the Kool-Aid, but I can promise you that there are other trainers, me included, that are just watching it as pure entertainment at night time and having a blast, just enjoying the circus.
It is a circus, man. Well, one of the things that I remember when we did that podcast too, one of the things that I found very refreshing, because if you were to watch me with my dogs out here on my property, you would probably think that I need a dog trainer in some ways, because I let my dogs just be dogs. I let them run around and be.
Yeah, and that's another thing. That's actually, you're bringing an interesting point, because I would like to believe that most trainers are allowing their dogs to be stupid most of the time and be controlled when needed to be controlled.
Yeah.
And if I have to call him 5 times and he's not coming, this is my fucking dog. He doesn't need to come right now. And he knows it and I know it. And sometimes I'm like, okay, I'm just going to shut the door and you're going to come eventually. I don't care. Because I don't care. But how do we go about how we compare? This is the big challenge. This is a very big challenge.
Jason,
Because if we find a way how to compare,